Hello my gingers and chilies, welcome back to my channel Chemistry Ka Bachcha. Now we are moving to the last part of 9th class ICSE periodic table. We are going to talk about the salient features of modern periodic table. What is MPT? Modern periodic table, not Mendeleev's periodic table, modern periodic table. So I have divided it into 6 points. First point is that modern periodic table made our study very simple and systematic. It's easy to now learn 118 elements and it's easy for research scientists to study them. Point number 2, all the elements in the modern periodic table are arranged in increasing atomic number. First is hydrogen, then helium, lithium, beryllium, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 to 20, you all remember. And periodic table अपनी book में ध्यान से देखो, all the elements are one after another in the form of atomic number. And no two elements can have same atomic number. It's like your DNA fingerprint. Like no two humans can have same DNA fingerprint. Same way no two elements can have same atomic number. मैं अगर बोलूँगा 1 तो hydrogen, 10 neon, 18 argon, 20 calcium. So it is fixed. Point number 3 is number of electrons in each shell is given by the Bohrs formula called 2n square. 2n square का मतलब हुआ n is shell number. अगर shell number 1 है तो इसको फॉर्मूले में डाला तो number of electrons are going to be 2 electrons. So first shell can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. 2 into 2 square, that is 8 electrons can be accommodated. 18 electrons can be accommodated. 3 into 3 is 9, into 2 18, 4 into 4 16. So कितने electrons accommodate हो सकते हैं? This is called Bohrs formula. So please remember number of electrons which are being accommodated in each period. So period 1 होएगा तो वहाँ पे maximum 2 electrons है, इसलिए 1 और 2 elements है. फिर होता है 2,8 तक जाता है. That means you are going to find that 8 electrons in the second shell, then 2, 8, 8, because the last shell cannot accommodate more than 18 electrons. But जैसे जैसे आप आगे जाओगे, third shell can accommodate 18 and fourth shell can accommodate. Easy segregation of elements. Modern periodic table has easily segregated, separated. Segregation of waste सुना है, these are segregation of elements into periods which are 7 horizontal rows and groups which are 18 groups. Period denotes shell number and group denotes mainly valence electrons or electronic configuration. EC means electronic configuration. Periodic properties. You are going to find that the properties are going to be repeated after regular interval of time, which I have told you 2, then 8, फिर 8, फिर 18, फिर 18, फिर 32 and finally 32. So properties are repeated after regular interval of time and that is how elements are placed in each group, because group denotes similar, very similar chemical properties. And point number 6 is metals in the modern periodic table are placed on left hand side, that is group 1 and group 2. In the middle there are transition metals. TM means transition metals. They are present in the middle from group 3 to group 12. On the right hand side you are going to find it's a mixture of actually everything, metals, non-metals as well as metalloids. But if someone asks you non-metals, they are on the upper right hand side, most of them. Carbon is there, oxygen is there, nitrogen is there, fluorine is there, chlorine is there, sulfur is there, phosphorus are there. These all are non-metals. So ऊपर की side है, of course aluminium is not there, boron is not there. They are mainly, boron is a metalloid and aluminium is a metal. But ज़्यादातर right hand side में आपको non-metals नजर आएंगे. And extreme right hand side में क्या है? Noble gas. That is zero group elements or group 80. Then you come to the demerits of modern periodic table. Now when I am talking about demerits, there are only 2 demerits of the modern periodic table. ठीक है? तो modern periodic table में ज़्यादा कोई disadvantages नहीं थे, but 2 disadvantages अभी भी हैं, and those 2 disadvantages you have to know it very well. First disadvantage is what? First we write demerit of modern periodic table. First demerit is hydrogen did not get a place in modern periodic table. समझाता हूँ क्यों? And second, lanthanide and actinide series are placed at the bottom of the periodic table. Now, if you see hydrogen ना left में है, ना right में है. It is placed in the middle of the periodic table today because hydrogen behaves like a group 1 also and group 17 also. And when you are talking about lanthanoids and actinoids, they are placed at the bottom of the periodic table, so they did not get a position in the main periodic table, and that is one of the biggest disadvantage of the modern periodic table. तो ये दो big disadvantages आपको याद रखने हैं, where hydrogen is placed and how it acts. अपना next chapter hydrogen ही है, so I am going to teach you in depth why hydrogen did not get a place either in group 1 or in group 17. Now we move to the study of elements. Now these are 6 elements which we have to know. One is hydrogen, then carbon, then nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur and chlorine. The 6 elements you have to know that atomic number सबको 1 to 20 याद है, तो I don't have to tell you. Now if you know their atomic number, then you know their electronic configuration also. What is the electronic configuration? This is 1 only. This is going to be 2, 4, so number of valence electrons 4. This is 2, 5, so this is going to be how many valence electrons? 5. This is going to be 2, 6, so number of valence electrons 6. This is 2, 8, 6, so over here this will be 6, and this will be 2, 8, 7, so number of valence electrons are going to be 7. If you know the number of valence electrons, you know the group number. This belongs to both the groups because it has a dual nature, as I have told you why. In hydrogen chapter I will let you know. This is group 4, so it is present in 14, old name is 4A. Group 15, old name is 5A. 6 valence electrons, group 16, 6 valence electrons, group 16, and 7 valence electrons, 17. As far as hydrogen is concerned, no other element because now it is placed in the middle of the modern periodic table. Group 14, chemistry sir gives Sankey problems, everyone knows the trick. Group 15, Nana Patekar Agni Sakshi se bana, billionaire. Group 17, O Sachin se, Tipo, and group 17, first class biryani I ate. Now let's go to the last part of this chapter. This is very easy from your 7th and 8th class. Now we move to the last part, that is general group characteristics. One is allotropy. Allotropy is mainly the ability of an element to exist in more than one form. More than one form when the element is existing, then it is known as allotropy, and it is mainly exhibited by 3 groups. Group 14, chemistry sir gives Sankey problems. Group 15, Nana Patekar Agni Sakshi se bana billionaire, and group 16, O Sachin se Tipo. But last element of group 14 and 15 does not exhibit allotropy. So let's talk about the last part of the chapter called general group characteristics. So there are 2 characteristics we are going to study. First is called allotropy and second is called electronegativity. Now what is allotropy? There are a number of elements which have the ability to exist in more than one forms. So the ability of an element to exist in more than one form is called allotropy. Allotropy is exhibited by group 14, group 15 and group 16. But in group 14, chemistry sir gives Sankey problems. Lead does not show. In group 15, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic and antimony gives, but bismuth does not show allotropy. In group 16, all the elements can show it. When you are talking about allotropy, I have given you one famous example. Carbon has allotropes in the form of diamond, graphite and fullerene. But I have written diamond and graphite only. They both have same chemical properties but different physical properties. That is also known as allotropy, but you have to remember this definition with respect to 9th class. Then you come to electronegativity. Electronegativity is the ability of an atom to attract shared pair of electrons towards itself. So if there are 2 atoms and out of 2 one is dominating and another is recessive, that means one is more electronegative, another is less, and both of them are non-metals. Then one with more electronegativity pulls the electrons more towards itself. And this ability of an atom to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself is called electronegativity. Now, who is more electronegative, metals or non-metals? Non-metals. That means electronegativity, if it is more in non-metals, then across the period electronegativity increases. Why? Because on the right hand side there are non-metals. And as you go down a group, it will be opposite. The electronegativity is going to decrease down a group. The non-metals have a tendency to gain electrons and to take up electrons. So you are going to find when combined in a compound, non-metals gain electrons and are electronegative. Metals lose electron and they are going to be electropositive in nature. इसलिए Na क्या बन जाता है? Na plus और fluorine क्या बन जाता है? F minus. And ability of an atom. Please remember the definition. It will come in 10th class again. The ability of an atom to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself is called electronegativity. So that completes the chapter of 9th class. The second chapter now I have done, that is periodic table. Next we are going to move to the chapter called hydrogen. So see you in my next lecture. Ciao.